Welcome back, folks. Hope you're having a good morning so far. Looks like the bulls are going to have a decent morning. The SGX Nifty is ending, or rather starting in the green, up about 44 points. So that's high point of trade right now. We have market expert Anand Tandon joining in to give us a sense of which way things could go. Anand, good morning. If you map the month gone by, so far, at least in the 20 days of February, the stock that has done the best on the Nifty is Tech Mahindra. And of course, we do know that there is a change of guard happening. CP Gurnani steps down at the end of the year. Valuations are also inexpensive compared to peers. Is this a good time to be adding, some of these stocks to your portfolio?
I think it is. I mean, frankly, there has been a lot of skepticism about tech, and many of the funds have gone underweight over the last quarter. And you can see that tech has been one of the better performers, not just Tech Mahindra, but T in general has been one of the better performers in the last few weeks. Two reasons, I guess. One is that, the cost takeout deals that one has been talking about have started to show up. So even though budgetary allocations may be a little iffy even today, the reality is that, cost takeout deals are as good as any in terms of trying to show top line. They may not be as good in terms of margins, but it will work itself out over the next few years. And the second is, of course, the fact that there is a possibility that you may actually get more business coming our way if the US actually slows down even more considerably on the tech side, as seems to be possible given the kind of layoffs we have seen. So a little bit of under ownership, reasonable valuations for some of the mid-tier companies, and the fact that the situation may not be as bad as the market expects means that while there may not be a runaway rally in the tech stocks, at least from a market perspective, it will at least be a market performer, if not mildly outperform.
Anand, hi, good morning. Two sort of acquisitions, right? I mean, one an attempted acquisition, the other one, of course, has gone through, and both in the auto-ank space. One is, of course, this Minda Corp pre-call business, which I'm sure you've paid attention to. I don't know if you have any thoughts on either of the two names. You've tracked them. And the second is Motherson Sumi. Motherson, the company which is acquired, which made it's a large, sizable acquisition. So just wanted to get your sense on both these names.
Well, pre-call, I think, has been trying to get itself acquired for a while in terms of the fact that, they went through a very bad patch a few years ago. Then there was a change in the top management, and after that, the attempt was to try and put it back on its feet. I think to that extent, an acquisition always made sense. For Motherson, that has been the growth method. They have been acquiring companies. It has always amazed me at the speed at which they are able to acquire and assimilate without seemingly any cultural issues. Also, the fact that they seem to be the preferred choice for most companies to try and amalgamate with. But, so I'm not surprised about this announcement. And given their track record, one has to kind of believe that, it will also do well for them, especially since they are saying, as I heard you report, that it is, positive for the EPS, and therefore you should not have any negative impact overall. But whether it is, one has to look at whether what it does for the ROE as such. But again, as I said, the fact that they've been able to reduce costs more or less in almost every acquisition that they've taken and increase margins usually means that, that is something that will benefit their bottom line finally.
All right, Anand, request you to hang on. We just invite our first management today on the show. PVC pipes maker reported a weak set of numbers for the Q3. That's due to a year-on-year decline in pricing. However, on a sequential basis, there was an improvement. The company we're talking about is Finolex Industries. Mr. Ajit Venkatraman, the Chief Executive Officer of the company, joins us on the show. Hi, Mr. Venkatraman. Good morning, and thanks so much for joining in. Well, I want to talk
that for another day. That's Finolex Industries talking about the volatility in PVC prices, but demand continues to be quite strong. Anand Tandon is still with us. Anand, this entire space, do you like it? And any thoughts on whether the risk reward is favorable for investors at this 180 price for Finolex?
I don't actually like the space too much because there are too much variability in terms of what the input-output prices are, the spread in between, and so on. I find it difficult to predict any of those. The kind of commodity side business that I kind of stay out of. That doesn't necessarily mean Finolex has anything wrong with it. Just my own preference of not wanting to be in these kind of commodities.
Okay, all right, Anand. Stay on. We'll come back in a bit. We'll take a quick break. On the other side, we'll connect with Sudarshan Sukhani and Mitesh Thakkar for some technical trades. We'll also get a commentary going on a couple of sectors like cement, so do stay tuned in for that.